This is how I went from this to this and beat up my older brother in the process, legally, in Manny Pacquiao's favorite sport, boxing. The first thing I did was alternate day fasting. So I was doing 48-hour fasts and then 1 hour refeeds. So for example, on a Monday, I would have my final meal at around noon, so 12 p.m. And then on Tuesday, I wouldn't eat the whole day, and then on Wednesday, I would start eating around 11 a.m. and then stop at around noon, 12 p.m. And then on Thursday, I would skip again and then just do it again and again. The important thing to do here is to control the refeeds. Don't basically let go. Just have a normal meal with high protein, normal amount of carbs, normal amount of fat, and just don't give in to everything. Don't eat everything because you might get an upset stomach, and if you're just eating everything, you won't be able to practice having a healthier diet. So I'm not suggesting you do this. The reason I'm doing the alternate day fasting is because I had to lose 40 pounds in roughly 4 months. So it's not really the healthiest thing to do, but I just decided I wanted to do it, and my brother was also sort of overweight, so it was sort of a challenge for us, and yeah, that's what happened. Point number 2 is to do some form of movement every day. So on days where I'm eating or I have a refeed, I would basically do boxing, and then on days I didn't, I walked at least 8,000 steps. So always remember, motion is the potion. Treat movement as like hygiene. You just have to do it every day. It doesn't have to be a hard workout every day. It could just be walking, it could just be stretching or yoga or 100 push-ups or pull-ups. Just do something, because something is always better than nothing. And when you're obese like I was, any type of movement goes a long way. The third important part that helped me lose this weight fast was having a deadline. So have a deadline or an event to look forward to. It's going to add like a sense of urgency. For me, it was boxing and fear of my brother knocking me out. But for me, it was fun. It could be other forms like a 10K run, half marathon, hiking with friends, or maybe a basketball league. For the past quarter, I started training badminton because my sisters were playing it and I didn't like losing. Right now, I'm training for a full marathon. So yeah, it's really daunting and exciting at the same time. And then things I would have done differently, because I understand that the way I did was not really the most sustainable way. It was a bit hardcore. But yeah, we had a deadline and I just wanted to deliver. So the first thing I would do to make it more sustainable was move to 2 meals a day. The main reasoning behind that is to develop more control and discipline to yourself, like for being able to control what you eat, because when you're doing a 48-hour fast, when you have that refeed, you could basically eat anything and still lose weight. So it's really hard to practice that control and discipline. And then the next thing, the reason why I would prefer to move to 2 meals a day is to also improve your relationship with food. So for me, I grew up with not a lot of food, and we were not really rich. So when it comes to food, I really like to indulge myself, especially when I started to earn for myself. Keep in mind that whenever you refeed, try to reflect what's your relationship with food and why you do things. You don't have to necessarily change anything, but just reflect, and it really helps. The last thing I would do differently is to incorporate a lot more resistance training. So just to share, after I did the boxing match, I started to do bodybuilding type of exercises or workouts. And then when I bulked, and then I and then I did another round of cutting. This time not really fasting. It was easier, and the great thing about gaining more muscle is that you don't look the same. Like right now, 190 pounds for me, I look a lot better at 190 pounds right now as compared to when I was 190 pounds when I was obese. So yeah, having that muscle just really improves the way your body looks, how it feels, and the amount of food you can eat is much more, just because you're burning a lot more calories. So after 4 months of training and losing 40 pounds of fat, here's what happened.
Mas, sinaktan, ma.